So yeah, Morrison's Jig origin. So the original name for it was not Morrison's Jig. It was called The Stick Across the Hob. And it was played by, now people don't know whether it was written by this person. His son said it was written by him, but I was reading and it's pretty unlikely. It's probably older than that. But by a guy called Maurice Carmody, who was from Cork. The reason it's called Morrison's Jig is because James Morrison recorded it. He was a guy that was around at the same time as Michael Coleman in New York from Sligo. And he recorded this tune, and so it became known as Morrison's Jig. And that would be through the 30s. So very interesting. So I thought we could give that a go. So let's get Morrison's Jig out.
E minor.
And I'm just going to get the right version. Yes, E minor. The E minor special. Okay, Morrison's Jig. Yeah, this is the one we were working with, I think. Source James Morrison, look at that. Oh yeah, and it has this version has that AKA Stick Across the Hob. But now I did find out that is the name of it, the Stick Across the Hob, which is kind of neat. Okay, now before we do any kind of Morrison's Jig, we're going to have to play a scale. So let's play a nice G major scale, because that's the same key signature as E minor. Maybe we'll try an E minor one too. But let's start off with a G major. I'm just going to tune up because I've played a lot today. There we go. Okay, so let's try a nice G major scale. Best one you've ever played. Ready, go. I did pretty good there, but I'm pretty fresh. I've been playing all day today. So how are you guys? You knocking the dust off? Let's do it again right away. Same speed. It sounds so nice. Okay. Ready, go. Feeling good? All right, let's try E minor. All right, same exact shape of your hand, except that we're going to start on the E. Okay, we're going to go all the way up to high B. Okay, and then we're going to go all the way down to low B. So we'll start on the E. Same shape of your hand. Ready, go. So sad. Now, how did everybody get along with that? Did it go okay? Yeah, pretty good? Let's do it again. Ready, go. Okay, now the arpeggio is going to start with the low B, then it's going to be E, then G, then B, then E, G, B, E, B, G, Okay, it's a nice one. Let's try that again. Same thing. Starting down on the low B, the G2, and then the next one's going to be E, D1. Ready, go. That low B, E double stop is a great way to end a tune. So, see that? Gives it a nice bottom. When any tune in E minor, it's a really nice way to end. Okay? If you can do it. But I know you guys are getting so good at double stops. Okay, so let's get out Morrison's here. Now, the only difference is I kind of misled you a little bit because although Miss Morrison's is in E minor, it's got that C sharp in it. So it's Mixolydian, I think, is what the scale is. Do you know about that stuff, Astrid? Modes? Yeah? Is this Mixolydian? E minor with a C sharp, is that Mixolydian mode? I think it is. I think so, yeah. Mixolydian is a very common mode for our music for some reason. It's just kind of the mode that people geared themselves towards back then. Anyway, let's do it. Not too fast. Now, what do you think is going to be the starting tempo for this season's classes of jigs? I'll give you a couple of options. We're only going to go up from there, remember. What do you think? Do you think that's doable? Let's start there. Let's do it maybe even 3 times. Let's see if we can get through it 3 times, okay, at that tempo. Now, I'll put the rolls in. You don't have to, but if you did the odd one, wouldn't you be smart? Okay, let's give it a go. Ready, go. One more. Whew. Interesting. You know, this is one of the tunes that defines Sligo music, but it actually comes from Kerry, which is kind of interesting. You know, it's almost like it's a how you play it thing rather than a where it comes from thing. Anyway, how are you guys doing with that? Did it go okay? Are there any problems? Any speed bumps? Anything that made you feel like you want to throw the fiddle out the window?
The D3 roll on the first note on the second line, the D3 roll, I know in the with the third finger, the roll involves you in getting the fourth finger involved to do a roll. Okay.
Correct.
That's the one I can't do yet.
It's hard. Now, they over in Ireland they have a hierarchy for rolls and how hard they are. So first you learn the first finger roll, then the second finger roll is supposed to be the next hardest, and the third finger roll is supposed to be the most challenging one. Okay? So give yourself time with that. Now, when I do a third finger roll, you're right, it does involve the pinky, because that's the grace note. Okay? One good thing to do when you want to practice a third finger roll is to first of all practice the grace note. See that? That's the top part of the roll. You guys can try that. Get the bow moving first. Now, something that you might notice there is that the finger is not coming and placing and coming off like that, right? I'm not actually doing that. I'm kind of doing almost like a pluck. And I glance it on the way by. It's like a run by glancing. Yeah, that looks good. Now when I do it, I really flick it. So let me see if you can get my hands here. I really hook it. See that? Just kind of glance it on the way by. Then it's momentary. Now keep your third finger down there, Elaine. Because we're doing it on the D. Now, once you get the grace note and it's starting to sound like you want it to, you can do the single cut, which is where you pull your finger up and put it back down. Like that. So again, you start your bow. Now, when I do it, both fingers come up. Okay? But it depends on your hand. Maybe you can do just the third finger. The third finger and the second finger do not like to move independently, right? They share a tendon or something like that. And so one wants to move with the other. So I just kind of am lazy and I just pick them both up. Now, this is different than a grace note. This is where we're starting with the finger on the string. And then after you start the bow going, you pick it up and put it back down right away. And keep going with your up bow. Yeah, that's it there. Yeah. Now, no doubt about it, that's the harder part of doing a roll. They call it a single cut because you're cutting the note once. Oh, that looks so good, Heather. That's the idea. You see in there? So it's good to separate them, I find, because it makes your fingers work more independently. Looking good. Yeah. That looks really good. See, it looks like the right motion there. Should be working. How about you, Astrid? Let me see yours. Or hear it. You could unmute yourself if you want. It is meant for hearing. Now you're doing good grace notes there, but you're doing two of them.
Yeah.
So try doing just one. Pretty good. Now try going 3, 4, 2, 3. No, sorry, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3.
3, 4, 3, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Hold on. Hold on, I'll show you.
Da 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 da. Da.
There's the second finger one. Try it with your third finger now.
Oh, and I should bring it down.
That's better. Yep, that's it. And you try it. And the challenge is to do it all in one bow.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, that's it there.
Is it? Let me write that down. What could you? I have to analyze it. Is it? What's the fingering again, Dan?
3.
Yeah.
That's the long one. 4, 3, 2, 3. Really quick. All in one bow. 3, 4, 3, 2, 3.
Okay. And that's on the A string.
Or on any string, but for this particular tune, it's the A string.
Okay.
Third finger on the A string.
I'll work on that.
Yeah. You'll get it. It's
Yeah.
now in classical music they call it a turn,
That's right. Yes.
but it's a lazy turn. So you play instead of on a turn, you do it right away. You go like this. Okay, it's like the beginning of the mission. Okay, but on a roll, you'll play the first note for a little minute before you do it. See that? Yum diddly yum.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Little different. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to work on that, Dan. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank
Now,
you.
how about you,
Yeah.
Elaine? How's your roll? Do you want to show me?
No, not really. No, with the third finger, I really haven't practiced it with the third finger. I can do somewhat with the first, but that's
Okay. Now I'm going to give you guys who are starting off trying to do this roll. If the third finger is really hard and uncooperative to do your third finger roll, don't worry about it. Just do a grace note. So and it would work great in this tune. So where's that D roll? Oh, you on the second line on the D string. Okay, yeah. So instead of you can just do this. Just a little grace note. See that? So you start the note. See that? And it's so nice. You know, it's a really nice little move. And eventually you will be able to do the roll. Okay, now let's try her again. And let's pick up the pace just a tiny bit. And try your rolls if you can, but if you can't, don't worry about it. We'll get them the next time. So let's try, we're going to do twice. And the first time we're going to do the same speed we just did, and then we're going to hop it up a little bit the second time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Woo! That was a little clip. How did it go with the speed? All right? Not too bad. It'll get better. All right, let's have another request. Whoever's got one the quickest. You missed the request hour at the orchestra last night, Elaine. It was great fun. Oh, the Bally Desmond. Great one. Okay. Shall we do the both of them? Yeah, okay. Let me just get that out here. Yeah, we have a new member in the orchestra there, Elaine. His name is Spence. And he's a fiddle player. He's formerly a bluegrasser, or I guess he still is, but I'm always hopeful that people are going to switch gears forever. But anyway, he wants to do the Scottish-Irish thing, and he's known to a lot of people in the group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a friend of John's, the guitar player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
good.
cool. And there's a couple of other people joining up too. They just couldn't start right away.
So good crowd there last night?
What's that?
Good crowd last night?
Yeah, I had about 15 in person and about 5 on Zoom. So pretty good for a first night.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And we're losing our space. The church can't have us on Wednesdays anymore. They have some other programming that can only happen on Wednesdays.
Oh,
So I found another spot, St. Jude's Anglican downtown Oakville, and they're very enthusiastic about having us. But Ann Harrison pointed out the parking's not great because it's downtown. But we'll see. I'm going to go there on Monday and check out the place.
with that time in the evening, there should be street parking.
I would say it should be okay, but I'm going to check it out. And what I do like is that they're enthusiastic about having us. They thought it was just great, which is a change from the other place they've never been enthusiastic about
Yeah.
having us. So that would be nice. They have all kinds of other music programming at this place.
Okay. Okay.
It's kind of neat, you know. Okay, to Bally Desmond polkas. Let's do it. Number 1 and number 2, but we got to play number 2 first for some reason. Or is it number 3 we play first? Can't remember. It's funny. I don't know why they number these things when they play them out of order.
Dan, I have different numbers on mine. The one that I've got, Bally Desmond number 1, I also have second on it. So which one is that one?
That's the second tune in the set. It is in fact called Bally Desmond number 1. But we don't play it number 1. We play it number 2. And when I say we, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Irish people.
So Dan, the first one we play starts on the E.
EAA.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I have it.
It's this one here. That's the first one in the set. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. So let's see. How fast can we pull it off? I think we could polka about that fast. All right. Okay. And let's do them 3 times each because they're short. 1, 2, 3, go. Polka, polka, polka. How did all that go? Is it too Heather?
The last two lines, I guess the B part of the second one was quite challenging because we're playing fairly quickly on the E string, A and E string, and going up to that high B fairly quickly. So I needed a little rest.
Nothing wrong with the rest.
So I skipped a bar or two.
It's all right. What were you saying there, Heather?
They're fun to play. The second one was more challenging because I hadn't touched it in a while. But
Yeah.
it's really weird. I don't know if this makes sense or not. I'm playing that second one, and I can hear the tune and anticipate the sounds, but I'm like, wait a minute, that's not where the bow goes for that note. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. Now, one thing that's really going to help is, now let me just see. So first of all, I do the pickup notes in an up bow. One up bow, see that? And then we got down, up, down. And then I do an up, up there. The G to the A, you want to do an up, up. Okay? And then we got, and then another up, up. The E to the D at the end of that bar.
E to the D. Oh, okay, yeah.
So same setup there, long note, then you got to do an up, up slur. And then we got, the rest of it is straight. Okay? And then in the second part, you have the pickup notes, the D to the C that you got to do in an up bow. Okay? And then you're basically straight downy uppy until you get to the end of the line, and the E to the D there is also an up up. Okay? And then when you go to repeat it, you got to do those pickup notes in an up bow again. Now, if you don't do that, it's going to be weird. You're going to be going backwards every second time you play the part. Okay? So that might help. Let's try that one again. See if we can get that bowing in there. All right. 1, 2, 3. Now that looked like it mostly worked out. But if you miss the odd up up, it is going to put you backwards, but then you can get back on the track. You know what I mean? So just keep
Dan,
that in mind.
would you mind saying what you saw didn't work? Were was one
Sometimes,
of us missing?
yeah, missing. Now, I'm pretty sure that it's the up, the E to the D at the end of the first line and the end of the third line, I think is where the up is not happening. I think. Now, the other thing that I couldn't really know, I couldn't really tell, but there could be some unconscious slurring. And I think, Astrid, I think I saw you doing some unconscious slurring. So where you're slurring two notes together and you don't realize it. You know what I mean? And that can put you off without you understanding why. So watch out for that. It's hard. It's a normal thing, unconscious slurring. It's 90% of people do it. So you want to try to get that under control. But it's just kind of a noticing it type of thing. Okay? Now let's do one more before we're done here. Let's see. Anybody else got a quick request? The Balkan Hills sounds good. My God, that's in Sandy's book. That's another book that I've been playing on the mandolin. And I'm planning on making my next solo record is going to be a Scottish record. And straight up Scottish music, marches and strathspeys and reels and all that type of thing. And and I've been working from, this is pretty cool, I'll show you guys. So my dad used to keep his tunes in scrapbooks.
I don't have that. The Balkan what? What is it?
Balkan Hills, I'll put it up on my screen.
All right, thanks. And you don't mind sending it to me?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Oh, the Balkan Hills. Wait a
The
minute.
Balkan Hills, yeah.
Oh, all right. I should have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it.
These were my dad's scrapbooks for tunes. Cape Breton Magazine.
Oh, wow.
And he was a subscriber. I think it came quarterly. I think it came every 3 months. And it was really neat. It's stories about people in the community, old people, just their stories, their upbringings and stuff like that. But he used to use it because they were always hanging around. And he would use it to paste the tunes into. See that?
So why did he do that again? Why would
Well,
he have
back
the
in those days, he would get photocopies of tunes from people. Now, this one doesn't seem to have as many tunes in it as other stuff. Oh, yeah, this is from summer schools. But here you go. Here's an example. So he would put them in there and arrange them in sets.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
A treasure.
And I came across
Wow.
I didn't know I had inherited them, but they're all still intact, and I've been looking through, and there's just some great sets of tunes and stuff that I didn't even know about that I guess him and Sean used to play. So I've been picking through that a little bit, and the next solo record is going to be straight up Scottish music, a lot of it sourced at a
Can't wait. That's going to be beautiful.
and it's funny because we used to get one of these. I have about 3 of them, I think, and it would have our name on it. And I'd have to learn all the tunes in the book, and after I learned the tunes, I would get tired of reading them when we were practicing, so I would read the stories instead. But the problem with that is that I never knew how any of them ended because there was always a tune pasted over the end. Anyway, let's try this Balkan Hills and do some key of A or D. It's D. That's nice. I'm going to Chicago tomorrow to my friend Sean Gavin's wedding. I've got to say I'm kind of nervous. I hope Trump doesn't call out the National Guard while I'm there. They're going to come straight for me if they do. Straight for me. But anyway, should be all right. Okay, here we go. Key of D. 1, 2, 3. faster. It's a great tune. Goes on a little bit, but I do really like it. Now, how'd that
And how
go
much
for
faster
everybody?
than that would it be played?
That's a very good question. So a 2/4 march. I'm just going to take a little look and see, because that's a good question. I can't remember for 2/4 because this is a Highland pipe tune, right?
Yeah.
4 march speed. Look it up and see. So let's see. 2/4 march. So this is the mass band. So here's the march tempo. Oh, that's a Canada Goose ad. Now, apparently, if I get 1,000 subscribers, I'll stop getting ads, which is pretty cool. I have 640.
Oh,
So, diddle da divvy da da diddle diddle da humpa diddle da be diddle diddle da diddle da. See what I mean? So
yeah.
now that is, I'll tell you. Diddle diddle dee da diddle diddle da humpa diddle da be diddle diddle dee da da. So that's 71, where you're tapping your foot twice per measure. So
Okay.
half note, I guess. Half note equals 71.
Okay.
Now that's going to be our top speed, though. Okay, you want to go faster than that for sure.
Okay.
Alrighty. So next time we'll do some more requests, and hopefully I'll work the new members in so that they can join us. All right. Great class, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Dan.
Bye bye.